ॐ अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्यक्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Respected all the devotees who are all watching the celebration of Guru Purnima in our YouTube channel, I am offering my cordial namaskars to all. Today, being the auspicious day of Guru Purnima, I would like to share with you the significance of this day and why we should observe this auspicious day. You must have heard of Maharishi Vedavyasa, whose actual name was Krishna Dvaipayana. He was the writer of Mahabharata. Not only Mahabharata, but also a number of poetries to his credit made him earn a special place of reverence. Today is his birthday, and so we Hindus celebrate the holy day as Guru Purnima. Now question may arise as to why we should consider him as Guru when we will have our own Guru. Eternal knowledge of gods is the Vedas. In Vedas we find the various disciplines of religion. The word Veda comes from Vid Dhatu, meaning to be aware of, to know. So Veda guides us to know the way to spiritual life. Actually, Veda is enormous, vast. It should be noted that none had written it. Most of the religious books were written by the maker of that religion. The Veda is nothing but the self-realization of the rishis. Whatever they realized, meditated and spiritually practiced, verbally transmitted to their disciples. And likewise, it was transmitted verbally through generation to generation of disciples, and thus these are called Vedavakya. We used to call Vedavakya. He has told Vedavakya. That means from the eternal rishis, whatever had told, that is called Vedavakya. And it is often called Shruti, means by hearing. Later on, these mantras were compiled in the form of books. Considering the vastness of the Vedas, since it is very big, so we cannot possible to read or listen, remember and comprehend the subject in one birth itself, as our memories were becoming weak and could no longer afford to remember so much. At this critical juncture, Rishis Dvaipayana categorized Veda in 4 parts. All of you know that one. These are Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajur Veda and Atharva Veda. These are the forms that we are getting to read. According to Sri Ramakrishna, Guru is none other than Satchidananda or absolute bliss. That means Sri Ramakrishna is our real Guru. Please remember, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is our real Guru. Thousands of initiated devotees eagerly look forward to this day when they can worship their Guru, the one who blessed them the Ishto Mantra Diksha. In the Ramakrishna order, the Diksha Guru or the Sangha Guru. Please remember, Diksha Guru or the Sangha Guru, who is the president and spiritual head of the Ramakrishna order. Even those devotees whose Guru is no longer in physical form come to offer their pranams to the president of Ramakrishna order. He is the Sangha Guru. They are all media of Sri Ramakrishna, who is embodiment of Brahma, absolute. Sri Ramakrishna says, Sat, Chit and Ananda is the only Guru. In this sense, the Guru is actually the manifestation of the omnipotent Spirit, which is of the nature of existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute. The Guru is not a person, but a power, a Shakti. The Guru is a special medium of manifestation. The spiritual power Sri Ramakrishna has come down to us through the three channels at the beginning. First, Sri Sri Ma Sarada Devi, second, Swami Vivekananda, and his 15 other monastic disciples. Though some of these direct monastic disciples did not give formal mantra diksha, but their life and teachings have inspired thousands of spiritual seekers. The later president and vice presidents of the order are connected to Sri Ramakrishna through one or the other of these three channels. Three channels I have already told: Ma Sarada, Swami Vivekananda, and other 15 disciples. Three channels. If we get the spiritual knowledge, we must imbibe, first of all, the respect, Shraddha towards our own Guru. Then, how to get a Shraddha? You may ask, how may able to imbibe the Shraddha or respect towards Guru? In this aspect, Bhagavan Krishna had told in Bhagavad Gita, he said, Tad vriddhi pranipatena pari prasnena sevaya upadeksanti te jnanam jnanina tatta darshinaha. First, disciples should have a Shraddha or respect to his Guru. Then, with devoted pranams at the feet of Guru. Then, disciple can ask his questions to clear his doubts with humility. Here is a verse. Again we are quoting from Mundaka Upanishad. Mundaka Upanishad said, in English meaning, let me tell, in order to hear the truth, means spiritual knowledge, first you go to a spiritual teacher. What sort of teacher? Brahmanishtam, one who is devoted to Brahman, who is always thinking of God, Brahman. He must have realized Brahman, the self. He must have known the truth. If he does not know it, if he is ignorant, how can he help you? How can he teach you? Then you must approach him. Samitpani. Samitpani means wood, firewood, with fuel in your hand. It was tradition of old age. When olden age, disciples should go to his guru's house with samitpani, with firewood. Here, at present day, we must carry fruits, sweets, and coins or rupees, whatever may be, to offer the Guru. That is a sign of your humility. Here, Bhagavan Sri Ram Krishna is our Guru, Ishta. Our particular Diksha Guru has given the mantra of Sri Ram Krishna. That mantra we must practice regularly wherever we will be, either in the working field or in the resting field or walking or driving or any places. We must practice regularly, think of mantra, Guru mantra. Then only we may get the blessings from the Guru. So, the Guru Shakti of Sri Ram Krishna, the veritable manifestation of the eternal Godhead, is manifested chiefly through the Sangha Guru and other Gurus of the Ramakrishna order through time to time. When their bodies perish, new Swamis take their place and the spiritual lineage continues. Once, a devotee came to Swami Sivanandaji Maharaj, who was the one of the direct disciples of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and second president of Ramakrishna order. Disciple asked to Maharajji, Swami Sivanandaji Maharaj, Maharaj, how I may able to do the seva to you? I need to do your personal seva. Please allow me to do. Then Maharaj had told to his disciples, if you all practice the Ishta mantra properly and regularly with devotion and sincerely, then only you are really showing devotion and respect towards Guru, towards me. Once, if Guru is satisfied to you, his blessings are showered on you for your spiritual liberation. And then that is the good service to the Guru. Therefore, on this holy auspicious day of Guru Purnima, I pray to Bhagavan Sri Ram Krishna and our Diksha Guru to bestow their benign blessings on all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.